Thank you very much. Let's remain standing. I will get a word of prayer from each hand.
Let's pray. Almighty Father, Lord, as we are going to start this, I pray the Lord be with us, mighty Father. For Jesus Christ, mighty Father, our visitors, I pray that your arms, mighty Father, whatever they are going to present, mighty Father, that the Lord will guide them, mighty Father. Those who are going
Now, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome. Feel very much welcome. Thank you very much for coming. Feel very much appreciated. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, because again, allow me to have a particular brother, Franklin, the Dean of Students, Kisii University. Let's applaud as he comes to the podium. Round of applause. Thank you very much.
Our guests, the leaders of the Kisii University Tax Society, the Kisii University Scout Band, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor today that we host this first symposium in the year 2021. I know people would love me to say post-COVID, but I don't believe in post-COVID. I believe that we have had a tsunami. We have had a tsunami that requires mental dissection, attitude shift, and character refocusing. When COVID-19 began, many of us thought that it was something happening in China. I remember I was in a conference in Mombasa when we got the first cases. And I remember talking to one Dr. Executive Tour and asking him, what is happening? And he told me, I am surprised that the media is quiet about what is happening in China. There must be something that is being hidden. It looked something very far away. But that thing that happened so far away has shaped, reshaped, reorganized how we do things very far away from that place. COVID-19 has either given us an opportunity to become better, but it has also given us a challenge that may have destroyed the fabric that held us together as a community and as a people. It is calling us to rethink our ways. It is calling us to re-image, to refocus, and to re-energize our identity as a people. And so, I am so encouraged that today we are here to share, to listen to each other, to engage each other on various dimensions on how COVID-19 has affected us and how that effect is impacting the life that we live today and the life that we probably will live tomorrow. Each sector has been affected. Each household has been affected. In some countries, the effect has been bigger in numbers of mortality. In some areas, the effect has been bigger in economic loss. In some places, and majorly in our country, I will not be swayed to say this, we have been seriously affected when it comes to mental health, because we are never prepared. And that reminds me that some years back, when there was a great surge of Ebola in Liberia and West Africa, one man, Bill Gates, said, we are not yet prepared. We need to prepare because a flu like this coming globally would wipe out the situation, would wipe out generations. Of course, that quote from Bill Gates has been misused as part of propaganda, as part of negative energy. I don't know whether Bill Gates is a prophet, but I know one thing. Any man, any woman who commits himself or herself to the realities of life as they are can be able to somehow see what is capable in the future. And it is on that ground that I believe this symposium is very important, because it's giving us a chance, standing on the experience we've gone through, to see how we progress forward so that we can make sense, meaning, and purpose from our experience, and maybe become a little better prepared. So today, on behalf of the Kisii University, the realities of life, on behalf of the Kisii University Management, our Vice Chancellor, and especially the DVC Academic Student, Research and Student Affairs, Professor Frederick Wanyama, the Deans of Schools, and the entire fraternity, we welcome you here in Sagini Hall, and those of us following us in the digital channels, to this encounter, to this experience. It is not an experience that will give answers, but it's an opportunity to challenge ourselves to begin from somewhere in a more organized, more meaningful, and more objective approach. I am proud of those of you among the students, both here and elsewhere, who tendered in papers that thought about how could you intervene and make our economy, our social fabric, our spiritual, psycho-spiritual well-being, make it more meaningful in this scenario. I also appreciate in a special way our guests who have taken time off their busy schedules to come and share with us their own experience in their own sector. And so it is now my humble duty to say the words that are always required. I am saying these words on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, Professor John Sorano Akama, because this is a creative activity that he wanted to be here, but because of other duties, he's not here. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Kisii University and on behalf of the entire Kisii University, it is now my singular honor to declare the 2021 Tax Symposium at Kisii University officially open.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause tafadhali kwake. Now allow me to welcome Patron, thank you for Washauri. Round of applause again.
And good morning, everybody. Our guests, the students, and all protocols who are following us. We have people from Uganda. Let's applaud them for taking us. We have one university. Let's applaud for them. Another university. Finally, we have a second university. University School of Business. And then we have Chabogo University or Chabogo. Chabogo, that's where the Uganda campus was. So it's a great institution when you visit there. We are happy that we have this. In another area, we have had almost 100 of participants here, but due to what happened, that's why we are here. I am going to do a brief background. I'm Paul Washiri. I'm a financial analyst from the Institute of Financial Analyst. I'm also a director of the School of Pure and Applied Sciences, Kisii University, Department of Mathematics and Statistics. So I'm passionate about what we are doing today, and I want to really how did they escape? People thought COVID was the last thing. So I'm going to pass through some slides so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another speaker who is going to join us live at the exact 10. So we are having a hybrid, so don't worry when someone gets, and then also other people who are following us. Then we shall continue. So I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What to really how did they escape? People got COVID for the first thing. So I'm going to pass through some slides so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another speaker who is going to join us live at the exact 10. So we are having a hybrid, so don't worry when someone gets, and then also other people who are following us. Then we shall continue. So I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What to really how did they escape? People got COVID for the first thing. So I'm going to pass through some slides so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another speaker who is going to join us live at the exact 10. So we are having a hybrid, so don't worry when someone gets, and then also other people who are following us. Then we shall continue. So I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What to really how did they escape? People got COVID for the first thing. So I'm going to pass through some slides so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another speaker who is going to join us live at the exact 10. So we are having a hybrid, so don't worry when someone gets, and then also other people who are following us. Then we shall continue. So I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What to really how did they escape? People got COVID for the first thing. So I'm going to pass through some slides so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another speaker who is going to join us right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? So we are having a hybrid, so don't when someone gets that's what then we shall so I'm passionate about what we are doing today. What should we create and how do this give people not profit with the capacity? So I'm going to pass through translate so that I can go fast. Then we are going to have another step. Right? And then thereafter, we have the Kenya Revenue Authority. This division we are still running. We have a hybrid. So yes, Livingston.
Yeah. Hello. How are you doing? I can hear you, Miss.
Livingston.
Yes. Good morning. How are you? Good morning.
So yes,
Yes, yes, I can hear you. I can clearly hear you.
How are you doing? I can hear you. Yes. Yes, good morning. How are you? Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, the Tax Society. Good morning. How are you? I can hear you clearly. Hope you can hear me too. Hope you can hear me. If you can, I can start. Maybe you put up the presentation. Yes. Okay. Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity to speak to you. Hope you can all hear me. My name is Livingston Makori. I'm here speaking. I'll speak on leadership and career during this day. First, I will want to thank all of you for organizing this event, and a special mention to the patron of the club, the Tax Club of Kisii University, Mr. Michael, the chairman, for organizing this event and making it a success. So I wish to take you through leadership and the career, again, drawing on my experience and what we are doing at Corporate Career Academy to ensure that we are able to nurture the future industry. So I'll maybe ask to go to the next slide on the things I'll be looking at. Yes, so I just want to borrow from a famous quote: whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you are right. Henry Ford, when mentioning this one, it relates to our careers. Whatever you think you can't, whatever you think you can, all this one bodes back to you. So at this point, I'll wish to give my experience as a student. I've been a student some years back, and as a student, there are a number of things I learned. I've been privileged to be a student leader all through my primary life, secondary, in the university, and I'm currently the chairman of alumni at Chuka University. So in all those positions, I've been able to learn some few things that can relate leadership and the career. So those are the experiences I'm going to share on how they have helped me and what are we looking at in the corporate world as far as your experience and the skills you get in college. How do they relate to what is expected in the job market? So maybe you can move to the next slide. Yeah, so how do we define leadership? Leadership is a function of knowing yourself, having a vision that is well communicated, building trust among colleagues, and taking effective action to realize your own leadership potential. So when Professor Warren Barnes is talking about this, you are looking at how are you able to understand the vision and understanding the vision of anything. Leadership is not all about the political leadership. It's not all about any level of leadership in any position you are. Even a Mama Mboga who is seated somewhere, they are also leading some team. So all those are levels of leadership. Move to the next slide. Yeah, so what leaders learn? I think leaders are very good in whatever we do. And one of the things leaders learn is emotional intelligence, to be emotionally connected to the vision of the people, learning what people do. These are things you can learn as you move on in any level of leadership. Leaders also make tough decisions. Sometimes things come and you need to make a decision. So as a leader, you are given an opportunity to make a tough decision. Leaders also encourage others to take ownership. So in cases where ownership is required, there is a leader who reminds others that now this is your point to act. Leaders also create a safe, positive working environment. As a leader, it's your duty to ensure that there's a safe working environment. Leaders also keep learning from their mistakes and the mistakes of others. There's nothing better as making a mistake and learning from them. As you make mistakes, as you learn from mistakes of others, it makes you a better person. So these are some of the key things that leaders learn. Just move to the next slide. Yeah, so where do I get leadership skills? You know, you'll ask yourself, when you come to the job market, we'll be asking you some years of experience. Our speaker yesterday spoke about years of experience. How do you get them? And somebody would say, how do I become a leader? There are a number of areas you can become a leader, from class representation, from being a monitor in a class, even in class one, faculty representation. Those who have higher calling can aspire to be student leaders. You can also lead a project in your class. You can lead a small team doing a given project. You can lead in a choir. You can lead in a religious organization. All those opportunities provides room for you to learn these leadership skills. And then down there, we'll be able to see these skills when you learn them. How do they help you? How do they help you to just become a better person? You move to the next slide. Next slide. Maybe make the presentation clearer. It's not very clear. Edgar, you can make it more clearer. It's not coming out very clear. Share it again. So I can continue just mentioning as the presentation comes up. So as a leader, and these things I've just mentioned, when you see an opportunity presenting itself, for example, there's a class representative required, it's a nice opportunity to set your foot forward and participate in that. By so doing, it gives you the skills. It helps you to manage your hunger, helps you to make decisions, helps you to see how other people make decisions, helps you to see how other people are growing, helps you to see growth, helps you to envision where the organization needs to go. And by so doing, you realize you have become a better leader, a leader who is better than another person. So when you come to the corporate world, where I'm talking about the corporate world is the working world. I know all of you will be transitioned to working world, whether in the private sector, whether you are moving to the corporate world, whether you are moving to own business. That is the corporate world. It's all about corporate. These skills becomes very key for you as you move on. Yes, now we can, they are clear now. Yeah, next one. Yeah, go to the next one. Yeah, so what are the key skills developed from leadership? I just mentioned them. There's risk taking. Make it in presentation mode, please. If you can do it in presentation mode. Just move up a little bit, sorry. Move up a little bit. Yes, up again. Yeah, so as I was just mentioning it, as it comes up, these are the things that you require to be able to transition to your next level. And the transition to your next level will require that you have developed such a skills. When you see a job advert and they're saying you need people management skills, as a fresh graduate, when you come here, we are asking you how, you cannot tell us I don't have experience. Everybody has experience. You have been able to manage people in class. You've been able to manage people in maybe your choir. Those builds the people management skills that we are looking for leaders. So I just come there, but I just want to, can you move up, sir? A little bit up. That's a little bit far. Move up a little bit. Move up again. Sorry. Up again. You have gone down. Yeah, just move up. We were at, up again, sorry. Yes, there. So we were talking about skills developed from leadership. Okay, so what are the skills that employers want? An employer, what do they want? They want somebody who has basic skills, numerous skills, writing skills at 78% of the employers. This is as per the research done by the Center for Peace and Spirituality titled State of Graduate Employability in Kenya, which was released in May 2020. That employers who were contacted, they say that they need basic skills. At 78% of them need a graduate to have basic skills, an employee to have teamwork at 65%, work-life attitude at 65%, communication skills at 60%, planning and organizational skills at 54%, decision-making adapt to change, and the sector-specific skills are 34%. So when you look at this, sector-specific skills are not really much of a requirement than the other things like teamwork, which takes 65%. And how do you learn these skills? By participating in the few organizations I've just mentioned, classes, clubs, societies. And like now, let me mention the case of Michael. If Michael comes to an interview and is able to mention that he has people management skills, teamwork, I can be able to relate with the conference they have organized. If organizers of this event come and say they have good planning skills, we can showcase by what they have been able to do. Let's move to the next level. Next slide. Yeah, so skills developed from leadership, and how are they important? One of the skills you develop is risk taking. As a leader, you are able to take a risk and learn from taking risk, because everything is all about risk. You also learn to collaborate with other people. If you are a chairman of a club and you are organizing an event, you learn to work with management, office of the dean. You learn to call people like me. We have been in discussion with Michael all through. That's collaborative skills. You learn to network with people in the industry. You are able to know the people you want to work with and all that. Next slide. Yeah, so you also learn new leadership skills. These are learned from other people. You make a mistake, somebody tells you, I wish you did this, I wish you did that, and that you keep on learning. You're also able to learn to give back to community, because as a leader, you are also able to relate with the community. So by that, you also learn to give back to community. And some of the things we are doing, like now, we are giving back to community. And it's through the leadership. It's through the leadership stages we have gone through that gives you a sense of responsibility, a sense of ownership to make sure that things are working. Move to the next level. Yeah, so we also become a well-rounded person. Employers are not looking for somebody who is good academically. First class is good, come with it, but it's not very, very important. You'll have a first class, yes, but people will be looking at, is this guy, as he has the right level of understanding, can he work with people, can he relate, and all that. And again, lastly, you also have fun. By working with people, it's not all about studying. You get to have some fun, you have to engage with people, understand what they do, and by so doing, you become a better person. Let me move to the next one. Just next slide. Yeah, so I want to look at career now. Let's talk about career. You have learned all those things, and then you come to career choice. I'm looking at a topic called career blame games. Career blame games has been a game we have been playing, all of us, all through. Who does the student blame? The students want to be a manager in 1 year. They want to buy an X car, but they are saying there are no jobs, and employers are not willing to blame us. A manager seated elsewhere in an office like mine is saying students from universities are half-baked, they are not creative, they understand little about the industry and are not ready to learn. Those are blame games. An HR manager seated somewhere is saying, we need at least X years of experience before you get this job. And a student is asking, how do I get experience without being employed? Educational institutions are also blaming, they're saying, oh, employer X and Y are favoring X and Y universities. So this one becomes a blame game. On the other hand, lecturers are believing always their students are the best. But what are we doing to mold this one so that a student can be holistic? We look at stakeholders that influences your career choice. The people who influence your career choice are your parents, and the parents will be driven with things like, I want you to be like this X and this person. I want you to be like your uncle. I want you to be like your sister. So whatever drives them is what they are seeing happening in other people. Lecturers, on the other hand, will always say this is the best course. For example, a student doing business. By the time you move to your specialization, an accounting lecturer is pushing you to their end, finance lecturer to their end, marketing lecturers to their end. On the other hand, friends are also pushing you on a career to choose. And their argument is, we may end up working together after all. We have been friends. So you end up doing a program, not because you like it, but because you feel the forces that are pushing you are stronger. The government is also pushing people to do a career they don't want. For those who have gone through the joint admission, what we call in Kenya, the joint admission board, when you go through the joint admission board, you are given a course depending on your qualifications and the level of your whatever you score. But that one does not define who you are, your abilities, and what you can be able to do. Again, the community, we tend to look at the most successful people, irrespective of how we measure our success, and saying X person has been able to do this, is successful. So if I do a course like this, I'll be successful. Now, this now brings in the Corporate Career Academy and what we are doing at the academy. I'll just take some time to give you an example. Even you, as I speak here, probably my parent doesn't know what I do because they are not in my area. I'm in one of the careers that people, when you mention about the career I'm in insurance, they'll wonder, what is that? They don't have little knowledge. Students are seated somewhere and they're looking at a course they want to specialize in, but when they look at it, they have no knowledge except looking at parents, friends, family, and all that. On the other hand, professionals are seated elsewhere and waiting for students who are fully baked to come to the industry without doing anything towards that. Universities are very busy teaching using maybe the 20th century syllabus, but they want these students to tackle 21st century problems, which is also a problem, a challenge. I know we are enhancing just up. So what does this bring us to? We've been able to realize that over my experience over a period of time, I've been conducting career sessions over 6 years now, career sessions in my university and career sessions with the people I meet. And as I conduct these career sessions, I've been able to realize there's a very huge gap between the industry and academia. And for us to bridge this gap, the people we need to do this are the professionals and the experts. That's why I introduced the concept of corporate career responsibility. So in the Corporate Career Academy, we are teaching what is called corporate career responsibility. And our work is very simple, bringing in professionals, career experts to talk to students, to guide students on their careers. I never knew who a doctor is. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a doctor. Actually, I studied hard to be a doctor and an engineer. I never knew who a gynecologist is until my wife was pregnant. That's when I get to know about a gynecologist. I wish I had that information. Probably I could not have made my mind to do what I was doing. How do students get to learn about this? You realize some of us are even busy. Some of us, like me, I was supposed to be in the virtual session. Just don't move down. Just go up for a little bit. I wanted to have a virtual session with you, a physical session, but we don't have time. We have a lot of deadlines to meet. So we came up with the Corporate Career Academy to ensure that we are able at least to bridge the gap between academia and industry by giving professionals, asking them to set an hour, 30 minutes a day, talk to students, guide students, and by so doing, we'll have a better society. So I have some few facts about career, which I want you to just reflect on them. One, a half of one's life is spent on their career. So a right career choice leads to a fulfilled life, productive employees, and high returns for employees. So if you are able to choose your career correctly, then you become a better employee. The other fact is employers will prefer experience to papers. They have little or no time to train. So you could be struggling to score your best grades, but finally you realize these grades, yes, they are good, but employers want experience. And that's where we started by mentioning, how do I get experience? How do I get the skills? Another fact is an average graduate takes between 4 to 6 years to secure a decent job. This is partly due to lack of experience, knowledge, and again, knowing the available skills. I've had cases where students would come and say, I need a job. And then you ask them, which job? They say, any job. Then you wonder, why did you have to spend 4 or 6 years in college, yet you don't know what you want? But you cannot blame them. We have not come there to tell them what is all this career about. Professionals have not come back. So who are we working with now as Corporate Career Academy? We are working with the students, clubs and societies, like now the Tax Club who are able to invite us. We're working with university students, professionals, corporate bodies, subject matter experts, whom I call professionals, offices of career services, human resource firms, consultancies, and alumni associations, also who are very key in ensuring that we have a better society. So our aim in this is to ensure that we have future leaders who can be able to lead industry. So who are we? We are a team of professionals. I'm only privileged to be the owner of the idea, but there's a big team of professionals who are helping students and professionals to redefine their career path, reshape their expectations, and acquire the knowledge and skills they need to compete in the 21st century. So our idea is just very simple. Get an expert, let them meet with students and engage. And then the expert becomes, the student makes a better decision. How do we engage our stakeholders? We have a number of sessions we engage them, and our stakeholders are students. So in students, we have what we call what it takes, where we engage professionals. Professionals are able to come and tell students what it takes to be where they are, what it takes them to be a professional. We've also had sessions for students. What do I know and what do I expect? We also get the talk, we get take from students. What do they understand about career? What do they expect? So that when they meet a professional, they are able to clearly define. We are also introducing a session called a 15-minute talk on how to get here. And we are looking forward to CEOs guiding students and talking to professionals to guide them how did they make it to the top. This one also will encourage them and even make them, those of us, know what skills do I require to be at the top. What are you doing to support career? Again, we are also doing a discussion with the offices of career services, universities, to understand what are they doing to support career. Finally, on professionals, we are also saying, are we engaging them enough? Let's move to the next slide. Next slide. Okay. Yeah, so how do we deliver our content? We're currently delivering our content through YouTube and the Facebook channels, because again of the Corona sometimes is good because we have been able to learn. We can do a meeting online, some of the things we never believed in. So we do weekly engagements with experts. I'll show you a number of experts we have been able to engage. We are also planning quarterly career conferences. In these career conferences, we are bringing in students, directors of career services, student ambassadors, career ambassadors to come and talk about career. And again, bringing in professionals who can also be able to guide, and companies who can be able to give some internship opportunities. We're also doing experiential tours. Experiential tours are done by, I know students do like travel, but as they travel, what do they learn? So we are working, looking forward to facilitating learning on the go. Learning on the go in the sense that if an accounting student is planning a trip from Uganda to Kenya, they should be able to get some professionals in Kenya who can guide them on their professional area as much as they are going to come and enjoy. This also includes visiting industries and organizations, which can also give advice, and professional bodies. Business career talks, I'm from the School of Business, so we've been doing this one for quite some time, where we also hold quarterly sessions and with students from the School of Business, especially when they are in their second year, to be able to expose to them the careers that are available in business, what they need to understand about them. For example, we bring experts in accounting, finance, management, HR, to be able to guide the students on what's expected of them. Yeah, maybe you can move to the next slide. Yeah, so what are our events? We are doing a number of events. We are doing CV clinics. We have partnered with organizations like Brighter Monday, who will come and talk about CV clinic, HR firms. We're also coming up with a career magazine where students are able to share information, professionals are able to share information about careers. We also have a partnership with the Student TV, an oncoming TV for students only, where we'll be able to share information concerning a student and how they can be able to share ideas. Scholarship conference, we also organize scholarship discussions to get students understand where scholarships are available, how to get those scholarships. We have partner organizations who are willing to give their free time, their knowledge, and guide you on this. We also look at our governments are encouraging people to be entrepreneurs, but you realize they are doing little to make this dream work. So for us, what we are thinking of, can we have Entrepreneurship Summit where we invite successful alumni who have run business before, so that they can talk to their fellow students in campuses and guide them on how to do business, probably mentor them to become better business people, probably give some level of funding and some level of advice, probably join their boards of management so that they can guide them on what's expected. Again, leadership training sessions have been, some of the people I work with have been student leaders for some time. So we are also looking forward to how do we transition these student leaders into the corporate world by giving them the necessary student leadership training. Yeah, and these are sessions we conduct. Myself, I conduct student training sessions every year when universities invite me, because I've been a director of welfare, I've been the chairman. We have been able to understand a few things. So these are some of the past events we have held. We have been able to have a career on insurance. We've done a career in banking. We've done events, a career in accounting, and this was facilitated by an alumni from Kisii University, the former chairman of Accounting Students Association. We have been able also to participate and work with the BIMA intermediaries of Kenya, and a number of initiatives coming up for students. Yeah, this is in the area of business. Next. In the area of media, we have also been able to involve a number of experts. We've been able to have Dr. Fueneke speak to our students. We have had students who were the finalists in the top story aired by Citizen TV have been able to come and talk to students. We've been able to have Nancy Onyancha, one of the celebrated media personalities in BBC, to come and talk to students on careers in media, how to do it. And again, they are willing to nurture students who have interest in media. So that if you have a student there who has an interest in media, just get in touch. We'll be able to link you with these professionals. They come and talk to you, they share their stories, and you are able to learn. Kumba, I can do it, yes. In the other area we have been able to focus on the next slide has been in the area of HR and professionalism. Yesterday we had an event where our speaker was talking about how to get experience while in college. You can follow it through our YouTube channel. We've also been able to partner with corporate, it's called Brighter Monday, where they also teach students on how to prepare for internships, opportunities, and all those levels of training. So those have been going on. Our next events has been in the area of, in the area of IT and the data. We've had a discussion with on data, computing, and careers in computing. On Saturday this week, we have a session with Dr. Kayonde. Dr. Kayonde lives in the US, and is one of the people who do data analytics for Facebook Incorporated. So he'll be sharing his experience from Nigeria, how he was able to transit into data analytics. And then from there, our students are able to learn what needs to be done. He's also running an organization, a voluntary organization like mine, where he teaches students about data science and TQ. So these are some of the partners who have been able to believe in us and give us opportunity to meet students. We want to appreciate the Kisii University Tax Association. We also have a partnership with women scholars in IT who are organizing a series of sessions for students doing computing and IT. We've also had engagement with student TV that is coming up to air the voice of the student, where we can also be able to meet students and guide them on career. Next slide. So what are the opportunities for students? That's the other thing we are looking at. Our aim is to ensure that we offer mentorship training on careers. We do expert training sessions, which we are conducting weekly for different sessions. So what we'll only want you to do is to register. There are forms circulating through your lecturers, through your class reps, where you are able to register and indicate your area of interest, so that we are able to source a speaker who can speak on that area of interest. We have had very good partnership with students pursuing insurance. For that one, I can say we have already concluded. There's even a program coming up for those students, an internship program, on college internship program, giving 5 students an opportunity from each of the universities doing insurance. We'll be rolling it out with our partner organizations. There's a corporate that is willing to discuss with us on how they can give students internship while they're in college. Yeah, those are the opportunities we have had for students, and we look forward to having more and more opportunities for students. You can contact us through the Facebook page, Corporate Career Academy, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube channel. Subscribe, share, like, and learn from our experts. Again, you can write to us, careeracademyke@gmail.com. I'm very happy to be with you today here and to share my experience. I understand that you are able to make the right career decision if only you get this information from experts. Don't rely from rumors, innuendos, and what people mention. But if you are able to engage yourself in a career, get experts in your field, get experts from others' field, and get to learn. At Corporate Career Academy, this is an initiative professionals are willing to support. A number of professionals I've spoken with are telling me, when can you invite me next? The only challenge I have is that students don't attend these sessions, but we are endeavoring to ensure that this year, we are going to give 300 internships to students, especially those who participate in our organizations. We are building up a website and again, sharing knowledge through that website, where students can be able to come and learn about soft skills, about communication, about writing, about how to speak well, so that by the time you go to that internship, you are well prepared to face the world. Again, we look forward to partnering with you in whichever club you are in. Engage us. Let us have these sessions. And when we plan them, come attend, and we'll be able to guide each other. My aim, and as I live in this world, is to ensure that each and every student are making a career decisions based on knowledge, based on their skills, and based on their abilities, and above all, based on available opportunities in the market. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I wish you a very successful symposium. I promise to be there during your next symposium and any other event you may plan. Today, I couldn't make it to come physically, but I believe we've been able to learn from each other. May you have a good day. Should we have any question, kindly channel them through careeracademyke@gmail.com. We'll be able to respond. Thank you very much, and may you have a good day.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope guys you are learning something. Ensure that you are learning something. Now, at this juncture, allow me to welcome the new authority. 300 claps, becomes please. We go 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Feel very much appreciated and welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Now, my name is Kisii. Now, today, our invitation to the Symposium to Kisii University. We talk about the need tax, but not in a trained environment. It's a new tax on tax on digital services. Well, as we know, the digital services have been properly defined, and online trading. Online trading was a very big issue in our tax law, and quite a number of transactions were going on without being taxed. But KRA has come up with modalities for the time being. As we move along, we will changes. As we move along, that's the data starts to see that they have adapted as a method of collection of tax. The main reason why this is so is because KRA is facilitating ahead of the business. Right. Now, our main reason for having the online trade is because of what? Because of now we have a situation whereby online transactions are done with various platforms. And then payments are also done online. Sometimes it becomes very hectic to track down all these. So the legislation which was passed to control the trading is the one we now refer to digital service tax. Now, what do you need to know about digital? Now, the digital service tax, the law has defined digital marketplace as a place whereby you trade online with the various online Okay, that's that from there. You look at all those icons you are seeing there. There are various trading platforms. The Amazon, Logo, Jumia is our and so on and so forth. So all these ones, services have been properly defined so that we capture the transaction value, not necessarily just the transaction value. But again, digital service should know that it's different from VAT. It's different from VAT, and it's charged at 1.5% of the transaction value. So what you need to know is anything here that involves financial transaction will attract digital service tax, so long as the service is derived or approved in Kenya. We are together in Kenya. We're not talking about non-resident. The service has been received here, not outside the Republic of Kenya. So our main touch points are: can we be able to identify those transactions which have been derived or approved in Kenya? Then we will be able to apply the service tax. So you note that anything that has transaction value conducted on this platform will attract the service tax at 1%, and does not include value-added tax. We are very clear. when I say it doesn't mean barrier, that means the field is not ready in this. So you just pay to service tax. And then for those who are dealing with this, they are supposed to register in our system as digital service tax providers. I mean, you are engaged in this trade whereby you're using so much of the online trade as part of your business operation. Then for an president the transaction, like assuming I'm dealing with somebody who's selling something in China or UK. If I make purchases here, if I'm buying from that particular person in China and we are trading online, then I'm supposed to register for digital service tax. So that at the end of the 20th of every month, you'll be able to file a return for the digital tax service. So it's as simple as that. It is very simplified and so on. So what you need to know is the tax point is where we have you are operating at a platform and we identify because you have the credentials are there. You have your PIN number. You use your PIN number to do the registration. Then you can now be able to comply with what KRA requires. Now, we can look at the scope of the services. We have downloadable digital contents, and then you can see the mobile application, the images, movies, novels, music, and so on and so forth. Then over the top services, streaming television shows, films, music, podcasts, and the rest. Those ones form part of the digital service. The revenue base for digital service tax. Instead of any other form of monetizing data collected from Kenyan users, it is that we get from the digital marketplace, then it qualifies under the same. Then the other one is the e-commerce platforms, sharing of goods and whatever. From taxi services like Uber and so on. Today you can see Uber they are not based in Kenya, but they operate platforms here and they make money from those services. You hire a taxi to the platform and you pay your taxi, whatever. But these guys were not paying any tax. They are not paying tax because of their residential status. Their servers are resident, but their applications are being used in the place. But now, for our purpose here for digital service tax, we have enabled that every transaction they do will attract digital service tax. So all the whatever, like you have you're operating a taxi and you're using those platforms, you know that you're paying digital service tax at the end of the month. Then we have for the media, the magazines and on the online, whatever. We transcribe online on our you can access it online at our own whatever at a cost. Like now you can read newspapers from our phones, you can read magazines from our phones, you can read books from our phones. If you buy that service will attract for that whatever. KRA has created platforms where they can be tracked. It's not that we are just asking, we are looking around and no. As long as you enter the protocols which are allowed to the service providers, then you'll be able to register you for that service for the tax. Now you can use various whatever. You can use your debit card or whatever form of payment system that you have adapted. you should be able to get that one, and then you'll be able to account for what you have collected for the month. And then, as I've said, the users that fall within Kenya. Because if I have a platform that I'm using here, of course, there are protocols for registration. You're using Safaricom or anything, we have created a commercial relationship between you and them. Then you be able to identify you through their platform. Here has many arrangements with the internet service, the service providers for the purposes of taxation. So there is nothing like that. It's just like the way if I'm trying to create an email, you allowed to provide my information. That information is what you collect from his database for the purpose of then you will be able to then we register you and we have to. Now the payment for digital service is the same date as the same due date on 20th of every month. So the next month, if you do the service this month, then you are there by 20th of every month. Then from there you value a return for the DST. And then you are compliant with those area requirements. And the revenue you receive much earlier than allowing a longer period of time to collection. Now, there are certain exemptions for this one. Digital service tax will not apply some transactions, like you see, like now the bank, we have online payments that a customer withdraws, send money and so on. That one will not be part of this. There are exemptions which have been created for that purpose. These are just 12 on other platform and other usages. Like our normal relationship with the bank through our platform should not be say that there is digital service tax when I use a financial from the bank. That one is not there. So that is related by other that the bank and the area are already have. So you don't confuse it that all everything else now digital is subject to DST. No, it's not. The banking services that we provide here, the also the regulation we have 90 of the income tax. Then you go financial digitalization, financial provider like central bank. Anything about these ones are not subject to DST. Those are purely regulated by central bank and the carriers don't provision about determine what is to be charged from the bank, not under this. So the bank cannot charge DST for that purpose. Then we are also saying the issue of ETR was coming in because the ETR is regulated under the value added tax, but subject to a minimum of 5 million in a year. So for those who are registered for VAT now, they need to take a great precaution for when dealing with the DST, because the confusion may come. If you are operating below 5 million, and of course you not be in business for long, and it's just a one-off transaction. You need to register for VAT. You don't have. That is the confusion that is provided. So it's business, the other one, you need to see transaction, then you need to understand, are you registered for PhD? You're registered for PhD, then what am I supposed to do under the PhD? That will be very well. Of course, as it is now, this is the first time, it's actually the second month from the time we are just in the process of registering new taxpayers on this new tax regime. But as we move along, there will be improvement on what you capture. There will be more improvement as we move along. Because it's a very, even the very first people who are there, and most of them are not. For the Kenya purpose, they are less than 10. So we see a lot of changes after experiencing our first encounter with the new taxpayer tax regime. Now the process is very simple. You only need to use your pen. You open your iPad. If you open your iPad, all of you go to the KRA iPad, then you find somewhere there created digital tax service. So if you click there and you update, you ask people to get the new information. Give us new information on all these, and then we'll be able to register for PhD. And then now all you will do that attracts PhD will be properly captured. Then you will require to file a return before 2021, and then you just wait for the same within the same period. Now, what you require for registration? Just the very normal. We have look at the national tax registration number, the same as PIN number. We just rename it so that it appears from the international perspective. We can talk of in Kenya we talk of PIN, but in other countries we talk of national identification, like US and UK. This is something like national tax identification number. That's why we are simply like that one. But again, for us, we do not have VAT and the other one. For UK, and the national identification number. So the other one, certificate of incorporation is necessary, or any other information that the commissioner may require from you. So if KRA requires that you provide the full information for the purpose of that registration, then you need to attach. The way you do it is when you go to the system, we ask you to scan the documents and then upload them on registration. Then we have all the information that we require. So for the purposes of certificate of incorporation, the reasons are to check on the GPA of the certificate and the directors. So once you get that one, then you can confirm and register. If you don't provide that information, the registration process will not go. So it's as simple as that. What we need to remember is the tax rate is 1.5%. The digital marketplace is the digital platform that we use, and then the tax, the due dates on 20th. Those three are very important. And I think come to the end of short presentation.
Thank you very much. We appreciate feedback. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This chapter, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to go to the next level. We now want to go to a very serious part, where we can show that key where it belongs. Yeah, I don't feel very much bored, just feel very much appreciated. So allow me to call upon my friend here to pray for the teams. And then after that, there is the hospitality team that will actually be ahead of the venue. So please come along.
Also for the digital dance, we have more interaction in the afternoon. I know many people have questions and clarification. So don't you worry, in the afternoon we have.
But as a coach, if you got most of you maybe have not got the information very well, maybe you are understanding in one area. The time is you go there for you, you can always go there and every time that you need help. Thank you.
Okay, let us go for the prayer. Thank you, Lord, for this time. Thank you for the provision. We pray that's going to be helpful, Lord. We pray this, believe and trust in your holy name. Amen.
So, now, don't be confused. Tunajua Church Square. You know where Church Square is? Church Square. Who doesn't know the name? Church Square, just beside this mass. Beside mass, the mass are together. So we are doing the hospitality team is really there with us. Then we try to spend time. Because we don't want actually to waste a lot of time outside. We don't have what to do. So we should be standing so that we can help you. Church Square. The hospitality team is already, can you leave that? So hospitality team.
Then I have the check sheet. We have everything explaining we have two folds of presentation. One is the famous for the criteria. That's where I've given you in advance. You can use through. They are looking at the adherence to the topic. What they are saying is you pass through it, whether there is consistency. They are talking about presence of original ideas. I don't want us to overburden ourselves, but when we produce, we can talk about like that. Command of something, spelling and grammar. So they are not paying attention. So that we them can on stage. The next match will come here on stage where they do the presentation. So then we have the group on the presentation and then supported the team contest. Then ability to communicate key concepts from written paper. And then we convince the audience without giving us questions. Then personal feeling like they memorize our daily basis, right? Once they have the concepts. Then delivery style on the voice project, like the audible. And then we'll do the technical like because they are finished. We'll give them 15 minutes, then from there we will get the feedback from the audience. We will not do the injection and correct them. Yes, then we get from what we have gone in the document, then so yes, three for the applications, then we will tally them together, then we will give the results after lunch.
Nauliza hata ulizeni by the way, hata umejileta na umeniambia nitajua. Sasa ni vizuri tukamoja. Sasa nzuri. I'm not lost.